Abusia for your mama nyina mo akwa baba for 1G three for frabo modern say obe subscribe obe like video no asa so ahye abusia ye nyina enim de ekoso Parliament House a tesesi no ye ntimi hu minority ne ntimi hu majority ne nsem ekokoso ade se mpanimfo mi no anasa party akese mi no e Ghana tesesi a o ma adwen ntimi nkokora tese be nsam ne de bebre aye won na bebre na abusia san nsem we ekoso a ekoso nyina no na amasesi a panipa ba ko eye party kese bi ti se NDC mu aye friend Asiedu Nketia chama Asiedu Nketia ana aba abonti abeka kire NDC MP say minority or parliament say see I don't know if I should call them minority because you see abeka kire NDC for MP or more parliament say no be NC parliament or in case or free even an emergency e bi akra say no be an adwen so wo ko Parliament of Ghana how Parliament House of Ghana so no be NC because see I don't show my democracy in era no Ghana ono wotimi dwen ho a wonti ase say de Ghana a democrat country na nke ese itimi rule with democracy no enye saa na eko nso ade yankoni nkotie chama Asiedu Nketia abra otu empanimfo ifu.
The chairman of the National Democratic Congress, the NDC, Johnson Asiedu Nketia, has directed NDC members of parliament to boycott parliament if the House has recalled he was addressing campaign rally in Asasatre in the Elembele constituency of the Western region.
Let no NDC MP set foot in Parliament. A robust democracy cannot exist without Parliament's active involvement. Ignoring a weakening Parliament would undermine democratic governance, allowing authoritarianism to flourish. We must rally behind Parliament as it embodies the will of the people and ensures power isn't concentrated in one person's hands.
The Parliament in democracy anyway. But Parliament and democracy democracy. Your leaders say all Parliament in England. NDC so democracy.
Dr. Bawumia once said in a church,
since 2014 in India, they have a policy to only build concrete roads because it works out much cheaper. So I said, well, let me bring this to my bosses, and we have been discussing this as recently as last week in Parliament. And Bishop Dag, I'll let you into it. Cabinet did decide last week that we should move towards concrete roads as a country.
Where are the concrete roads? It was all lies. You trust this man at your own peril.
Abusia for yetie chama Asiedu Nketia wie atie Bawumia wie abusia bebre to aso ate se Kennedy Agyapong ene mpanimfo bebre nso e de to aso abusia ne nyina e bebo amamati abusia de mebo obebo modern se obe like no comment wadwen kire wo hia kire wadwen for man Ghana ho enti kekre na enti kekre ne ntwem kire wadwen for man Ghana ho mom yento video no so.
This is your election command center. Let's begin from the quarters of the NPP because presidential candidates of the New Patriotic Party, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, says he will roll out a housing policy when he wins power. The housing policy will include the construction of affordable houses in every district across the country. He was addressing the chiefs, clergy, and Muslim clerics at Dobonso in the Setria Front Plains constituency of the Ashanti region.
Accommodation, housing, and some educational degree ever. You see, masons were all, carpenters were all, electricians were all, plumbers were all, even our painters were all, roofers were all. Into housing, no educational degree ever. A mine into ye said a mind to say Singapore near the area, the social as well as affordable housing schemes across all the districts. The manifesto Nana Aboso already said, Mohia affordable housing, because housing, you have professionals are not transfer Mahano, Umumba, and na yes, I know at the Ijuma Baba. We are also, Shishia Mediba, your friend buy Ghana first policy. And then I buy a Tony Mabibria, ye cry if we amanone. And no Emma Ijuma Bagana. Upa say Udia Ijuma Wagana, just Uye Sadi and Uto Sadi and Wagana. Ube those uniforms, men kokra and free amanone engra. You were tailors or how you were factories or her buy Ghana first. So I am rat na maybe tai chi in terms of your policy, no. You said the Echuma Ebeba. Your non so and then you see a called digital. Digital additional here and then all digital skills no. But mate na Robonso, not only Echuma America or Canada or UK or Germany, right from here, on computer, na Echuma. Intimate person youth no. 1 million at least digital skills. Even we school, school dropouts. You don't need digital skills. Now, minimum nipa Accra, every day was Singapore because computers, not dollars. You perceive. Yama digital skills no. You have 5,000 youth from Setri.
Daniel Opoku is a man with Dr. Bawumia's team. He joins us for more on this. Danny, how differently is this housing policy going to be apart from the ones that we already have in this country?
I want to listen critical to the Vice President. The issue about the housing policy, he acknowledged the fact that we have a housing deficit, and consistently every cabinet has been wanting to put together a housing policy. So under his presidency, what he has been saying is that the housing policy is something that he's going to really look into it. And most importantly, what is slightly different from what the Vice President is saying is the fact that this housing policy will be done across every district in this country. And that is the most cardinal point that the Vice President is talking about, that the housing policy will be done across every district, where government will put in a lot of investment to be able to set up this particular structure. And not just a housing policy also, when we listen to it, we're talking about affordable housing, where every Ghanaian can have access to those various houses that we put together. Previously, what we have seen is that the houses are put at a certain particular area where people are not able to access those houses. But under his policy, under his program, it says to be done across every district, to make it available for every Ghanaian to have access to it.
Bawumia Mampini Dada Mahama, and yes, sir. You now, they only say first, no NDC, Omo campaign, Omoba, such a fundraise, and no more communion soon for no more country, say. More many John Mahama, Sentimental Mano, and yes, I know Moka. And yes, sir. Sana 8 years, 2012, Sana 8 years, 2016, Sana 8 years. 2020 2020. Now, Omo Jane said, MPP almost only is remaining. Yes, sir. But then, Muslim is remaining. Yes, sir. Muslim, you are no more. Yes, it's remaining. And he is remaining. I'm over to there. Then, won't tell money. We are going to say, you need anymore. We are about to be a president, Yamiadu. But on here, obituary, Omampini, if you 9 pair na oko. And yes, sir, maybe obituary, Omampini, if you watch. Now, the idea, say, a question in Niwa, Mupe, 9 and I said, if you watch it. If you watching, and every boy, every 9 years, NGBR now was a record.
So, Danny, update us if the NPP presidential candidate is done with the Ashanti region. Where else is he expected to be?
Right, so this morning he started with Dobonso in the Afram Plains area. He's now moving to Agyapong Asokore to do the next phase of the program. One look at how he has structured the campaign. The first part is to do with the traditional leaders, the Muslim clergy, also the clergy. Exactly what he's going to do as Agyapong Asokore to meet the traditional leaders, to sell his ideas to them. Then right after that, we will do what we call the Bawumia Connect, where we'll be engaging the base, energizing the base for them to vote for him ahead of the elections. Or coming to December. So just about 20 more days for elections. The vice president has been very up. He has been very firm on the ground, trying to sell his ideas to every Ghanaian for them to vote for him.
Okay. All right, Danny, thank you for bringing us the update on Dr. Bawumia's campaign. We'll definitely come back to you when there's more. Dana Lopoku is our man with Dr. Bawumia's team.
Still on campaign tours, we move to the Savannah region on the camp of the NDC. The NDC vice presidential candidate, Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman, has debunked claims that cancellation of the double-track system will deny most students from gaining access to senior high schools. She was addressing party supporters at Jinabor in a community in the Solar-Tuna Kalba constituency as part of a tour of the Savannah region. Here's a report by my colleague Evelyn Tingma.
From one flag-bearer home region to another flag-bearer home region, the NDC vice presidential candidate, Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman, and other members of the party, after their Northeast region campaign tour, are in the Savannah region to canvass for votes as the elections draw closer. The Solar-Tuna Kalba constituency was the first port of call. Here, the former national chairman, Samuel Ofusu-Ampofo, thanked the people, chiefs, and opinion leaders for keeping faith with the NDC since 1996. He appealed to them this time around to increase the vote margin for John Mahama and the parliamentary candidate, Andrew Chiwete, for a massive win.
The whole region of John Dramani Mahama, you have no choice than to vote massively for all the 7 parliamentary seats, along with 7 parliamentary seats, and to also vote massively for John Dramani Mahama. I have heard that the MPP candidate here is moving around and say that vote for John Mahama and vote for him. Look, you need the MP to be an NDC MP who can walk to John Mahama's office without any challenge at all to demand and to get what you require from the next NDC government.
Professor Nana Jane says education is a priority of the NDC and urged the people to dispel any misinformation from their opponents.
There are rumors that when the double-track system is stopped, cases of school dropout will increase. Let us advise ourselves. He has no solutions to the double-track system, hence the allegations.
Yes, on a double-track, no solution. Shift system.
The team also had an engagement with traders and artisans at Binyiri, also in the Solar-Tuna Kalba constituency, where they charged the people to continue to vote for the NDC for improved livelihood. Evelyn Tingma, Solar-Tuna Kalba.
The Asin Central Member of Parliament, Kennedy Agyapong, has urged the electorate to help protect the free senior high school policy by voting for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia in the upcoming elections. The legislator made this known at Gomoa Fete as part of his campaign tour in the Gomoa East constituency.
The Asin Central Member of Parliament, Kennedy Agyapong, urged the constituents to vote massively for Kojo Asamanyi to be re-elected as the incumbent NDC MP Desmond Peito has failed to deliver.
Only MP Obetini Abwa Dr. Bawumia ama 3 years so I possible honorable Asamanyi.
The only person who can help Dr. Bawumia achieve his goal of maintaining free SHS is Honorable Asamanyi, So I urge you to trust them. The NPP parliamentary candidate Kojo Asamenyi criticized the NDC MP for his abysmal performance. If you don't vote for Bawumia, who else will you vote for to support development in your area? Is there any candidate with a strong track record of driving growth and progress?
It remains one of the swing constituencies in the Greater Accra region. It has been a notable political battleground in the country's electoral history as both the NPP and the NDC compete fearlessly to win the people's mandate.
The NDC has won 4 out of 7 elections since Ghana returned to constitutional rule in 1992. In the 2020 general elections, Madam Agnes Namomolate of the NDC ousted Madam Afolikwe of the NPP. She remains positive to be retained in the upcoming December 7 general elections. The upcoming December 7 polls promises to be a fascinating showdown in Crowell as the 2 main contenders have adopted diverse tactics to win the seat. NPP parliamentary candidate Engineer Emmanuel Odailaye is poised to win the seat for the NPP and has adopted a door-to-door campaign to engage the constituents. The civil engineer is said to have spearheaded the construction of some major roads in the constituency to ease the gridlock. He told the Newz team that nothing can change his victory in the elections.
It will never happen. If that's their dream, then they should forget it. God is going to do it. And it is written already. I don't see myself really in competition. I see myself as the next MP for Nwa. And that one, nobody can take it out.
The incumbent NDC Member of Parliament, Dr. Agnes Namomolate, on the other hand, has embarked on a community engagement where she accounts for her stewardship to the people. She equally expressed optimism in the people to retain her in the December 7 polls.
I trust God that I'm going to win by His grace overwhelmingly. He always does it exceedingly, abundantly, above and beyond my imagination. And I know He will do it again. I've always had this quote that the latter glory will usually always.
Meanwhile, the constituency lacks proper road network as the Nungwatama Beach Road awarded in 2020 has stalled. The constituents shared with the Newz team what would inform their decision to vote for a particular party come December 7.
And looking at currently what we are experiencing now is like we are having a deficit in development. I quite remember when Honorable Afoli was around, she started some project. I'm a Zongo boy, so she started a project in Ngwa Zongo. And currently, after she was voted out, we've not had any improvement in that structure that was being put up, the Makaranta, to be precise. And I was thinking probably our current MP could even add 1 bag of cement to, at least do something, but it has stalled.
For Crowell, when you talk of developmental projects, the MC is also doing his best, who is an appointee from the government. So at the end of the day, everybody, all the stakeholders who played part in government are actually putting their hands on deck to bring development and also improve in the lives of the people. So these are some of the things that will actually inform me to actually give my nod to the party.
And it's very important that we let the viewers know that it's 19 days, 11 hours and 34 minutes to the general election, which is happening on December 7th.
Don't forget, we are your election command center. Stay with us to know.
Yada munyina masese mutimi nyanto wase hwe video no abusua mpanifo no bebra kire o madwen wo so wo chance na se obekire wadwen e wo comment section na se so kire wadwen ma wo so anu ndru bedwam the opportunity da bia obisa se nka wonya abekasa na abusua e ho ne comment section no. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to the channel or like this video and share this video. Thank you.